All right, everybody, we are here. We are at the last season of Supernatural. It's not the last season, I'm sorry. It's the last one that is on DVD. I have not watched Supernatural Season 13. I like to watch it on DVD, not on cable. So if you've seen 13, please do not give me anything away in the comments. So we're at Supernatural Season 12, the last review, and then I'm going to do a ranking video. Supernatural season 12. A lot of, once again, it's another controversial one. A lot of people really like it. Some people say it's the best in the series, which I do not agree with that. I do really enjoy this season. I thought it was a lot more. It was a lot. I was surprised how good it was. I did not really expect that high expectations, especially of just how great season 11 was. Now, season 12 is, they introduce a lot of new stuff in this one. Obviously, Mary's back. Sam and Dean finally get their mom back. Um, and they introduce the British men of letters. They are douchebags. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now. Most of those characters are not very likable at all. Mary actually starts working with the men of letters because of what they wanted to do. The Men of Letters wanted to wipe out evil. They wanted to get rid of monsters. They wanted to get rid of the whole shebang, and they just wanted to get rid of all supernatural beings, monsters, demons, angels. They want to get rid of it all. And also, this has Lucifer. Lucifer is kind of the main big villain. Crowley obviously um, Crowley has a thing with Lucifer. He wants Lucifer dead. He wants Lucifer uh, back in his cage. And then another part, he also wants Lucifer as his slave because he had Crowley as his slave in season 11. And so Lucifer is the main character. He is. He kind of jumps from body to body, vessel to vessel. Now, I do not like the guy that you saw at the beginning. That rock, I can't remember his name. He's a rock guy. He's a terrible actor, absolutely terrible. Now you do have the original Lucifer in this, Mark. Uh, you know, the Lucifer that you saw in season 5 and 7. He's back. Not until towards the tail end of the season. So, and Lucifer actually gets a woman pregnant, a human. So it's going to be an Nephilim, and it's going to be half human and half archangel. So a big part of this season is trying to stop Lucifer and trying to find out how they're going to deal with this baby. Um, and they're also dealing with the men of letters. Dean does not like them. They do not trust them because they kidnapped Sam and tortured him for information. And obviously, Dean had a huge problem with that, and so did Sam. But Sam came around. He started wanting to work with the men of letters because Sam also wanted to get rid of supernatural stuff. He wanted a normal life. He wanted a kind of like have a family again with Dean and his mom. And Dean slowly comes around to it as well. Um, and that's pretty much the idea. That's the story of this season. Now let's jump into the pros. Now, I do like Lucifer in this. I like the Lucifer stuff. I really do. I like Crowley in this season. Rowena, this is probably the best version of Rowena in this season. You don't see a whole lot of her. Once again, not a huge fan of Cass. They introduce some other Yalowai demons. Come to find out, uh, Azazel was not the only Yalowai demon. There were more. They are called Prince of Hells. They're actually stronger than the Knights. So they are stronger than Abaddon. I don't know if they're quite as strong as Cain. Cain's a badass. But they do introduce two new Yalowai demons. And I thought that was a really cool twist. Now, as much as I like them and as they are badass, I feel like they are a little too strong. I always felt this way. Demons, I don't care what kind of demons they should not be as strong as angels. They just shouldn't be. And these Yalowite demons make Because if you think about these Yellow Eye Demons compared to Azazel in season 2, it's almost like two different kinds of demons. I mean, Azazel was not this strong. He was not. But they are badass. I do like them. I think they're really cool. You kind of give a little bit of a story of how Crowley became the King of Hell. Crowley originally was sucking up to the Yellow Eye Demons because he thought that they were going to be in charge. But the Yellow Eye Demons, they wanted out of it. They just wanted to be left alone. So that's how Crowley became the King of Hell, basically on a technicality. Um, I do like the brothers in this season. Dean is a tad annoying, I guess, but I still like him. I still like Sam and Dean. Obviously, I'm still not a big fan of Cass in this one. Um, yeah, I mean, I like this season, guy. I thought the Mentilators, I thought it was something different, even though I'm not a big fan of them because they are really unlikable. I really like the idea of bringing them into the show. And you got Jody, obviously, in this one. You see, you know, uh, Alice is on this one. The Mentilators really start messing with Mary's mind because they want Mary on their side, but Mary is like conflicted because of her sons. So they really make her into like a killing machine, so to speak. Um, Now, as far as cons go, now there to me there are some, and as much I do like Mary, I do, um, and I thought that was a huge twist and a huge surprise at the end of season 11. But I really didn't like Mary a whole lot. I thought Mary was a little annoying. I think it was kind of better to kind of have her somewhat of a mystery. Because the Mary that you get on season 12 is not really the Mary that you expect. Um, and I do think she does some shady shit. I really do. She really does treat Sam and Dean kind of shitty, in my opinion. And I get it. She's been dead. She came back. She remembers them as kids. She remembers John, obviously. If I had to pick anybody to come back, I would prefer it to be John. Now I know Jeffrey Dean Morgan is busy in The Walking Dead, so he will probably never be back on the show permanently. Um, but I do wish I feel like they really should have brought John back. Now maybe I'm just a big John fan. Maybe that really wouldn't work. Maybe John would like kind of take over. And, Sam and Dean have kind of been loners ever since John has passed away, and especially ever since Bobby has passed away. Um, and it was actually a big surprise ending. I did like the ending, guys. It felt a little too rushed, though. I will say that. Because I didn't think there was going to be a Bobby episode. And that was going to be really disappointing to me, but you do see Bobby. Um, Apparently, the Epsilon, the closer it's getting to birth, there's all these weird phenomenons that happen, and one of them is like a crack in reality. And they actually go to this reality, and you see a alternate version of Bobby, and he's a badass. It's not the Bobby that we all know, but it still is Bobby. And it's like this post-apocalyptic wasteland. It's a version where I guess Sam and Dean was never born in this one, in this world. So it's the apocalypse, and that's the idea. It's trying to trap Lucifer into this world, and they do succeed. Now this is the end of Crowley. This is Crowley does die in this season. Um, Now Mark A. Shepard is done with the Crowley character, so you will probably not see Crowley again, except maybe an episode here and there. I don't know. But Mark A. Shepard was done with Supernatural. He wanted to go on and do other things, which is a shame. Crowley is one of my favorite characters. He might be my second favorite character. Crowley has always been consistent throughout the show. Um, so yeah, Mark A. Shepard is done, so there is no more Crowley. Uh, but the reason why I said the finale felt rushed is that everybody dies in this fucking episode. I mean, it just came out of nowhere, really. Rowena dies, which you don't actually see her die, but yeah, she's dead. Crowley dies. He kills himself. Um, and Cass dies in this. And Mary gets trapped in the alternate world with Lucifer. So that kind of builds up to season 13, trying to get Mary out of that alternate dimension. And you have the birth of the Ephilim. And now I have read some things on season 13. Uh, and it seems like that he's a good guy, I guess. The Ephilim is. I'm not really sure. And it really feels like they're about to bring Bobby back. And after the season was over with, I can kind of see that. I have a feeling that Bobby and Mary, they might become a thing. They really might. They might become a thing from here on out. It's not going to be the Bobby we all know and love, but it still will be Bobby. And this season really felt like they're really starting to bring the family back. You got Mary coming back from the dead thanks to Amara. Now, obviously, they're not going to bring John back, like I said, because Jeffrey D. Morgan is doing The Walking Dead. But Bobby has always been a father figure, even probably more so than John to Sam and Dean. Bobby was their dad. And you really feel that as the seasons go on. As at the early part of the Bobby era, you really didn't feel that, but definitely in the later seasons, you really start to feel that Bobby is their dad, and and that's no disrespect to John, but this season really does feel like they're slowly building up to having a family. You got Sam and Dean as the brothers; they got their mom back, and I think they will. I think Bobby and Mary will end up together. I really do. I think that. And then obviously Bobby will be the father figure. So I really think they're building up to that. Like I said, please don't tell me if you've seen Supernatural 13. But yeah, that's my video, guys. Like I said, I didn't really like the British Mentilators. They were kind of douchebags. I did like Lucifer in this. I did like Crowley. Still not a big fan of Cass, unfortunately. Sam and Dean are pretty good in this one. This is the best version of Rowena. I like the idea of the Ephilim thing and whatnot. I'm glad they brought back Mary. I just wish they would have brought back somebody else other than her. And maybe Mary probably will get better the more you see her. Now, Supernatural probably don't have a lot of seasons left. So that's my review, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about season 12. Now, here's just some ideas that I had. I really don't know how they're going to end the show, guys. I really don't. I have a feeling that they're going to end it with the tablets. I really think they had something going with season 8 with that. A part of me feels like Mary is going to do the demon trials. I think Mary, if you watch season 12, you know that she feels guilty as hell for what happened to Sam and Dean. She hated that they were hunters. She felt really bad for making that deal with Hazazel. She feels guilty for everything. So a part of me feels like she's going to do the demon trials because she feels like she owes it to Sam and Dean. A part of me feels like that's how they're going to end the show, is doing the trials. I don't know how else they would end it. I really don't. I do feel like they're going to bring Bobby back. It will be a different version of Bobby, so we'll see how that goes. But I do feel like Bobby's going to be back on the show, which will be great. I think it will be a badass version of Bobby. Bobby was never really a hunter. I mean, he was, but Bobby was more of the bookworm. He was the info guy. He knew just about everything. He had a lot of information to give. But I think the Bobby that you see in the alternate dimension, he is a badass. He is a hunter. He is a warrior. And another part of me definitely feels like sooner than later, they are going to get to the Adam stuff. They're not going to leave Adam in hell. And I know I haven't mentioned Adam a whole lot, but yes, Adam is still stuck in hell. Michael is still stuck in hell. So I think they will eventually get to that. Surely they're not going to leave that hanging. But that was just some thoughts I want to share with you guys since this is my last review. Uh, but yeah, let me know what you guys thought of Supernatural season 12. I really enjoyed this. I was surprised at how much I liked it. It is the end of an era with the Crowley character, but I think it's a new era with Mary and kind of going back to the family roots that you got in the earlier seasons. So tell me what you guys thought of Supernatural season 12. Let me know in the comment section, and I will be doing a ranking video coming up soon. And please subscribe.